No, that's true. That's actually super true for Makoto Shinkai. Like, if you're a teenager, just watch all his stuff. Like, you're gonna like it. But if you're a jaded old man like us,
Excuse me,
like
I am
Mac,
24. I'm
then
actually the youngest
don't
person
do it.
in this podcast.
You're old, Mac.
Get-
You're basically a
get the hell
Christmas cake.
All right, then, dear. Welcome to Anime Summit Podcast. You like anime? Yeah, you do. You fucking weeps.
This gotta be the shittiest intro attempt I've ever heard in my life, Bob.
Ladies, gentlemen, and traps, welcome to the Anime Summit Podcast. I'm Nick, and with me we have Mac.
Oh yeah? Wouldn't you know? I'm here to pump
And Sam.
you up.
The Maxter, the Nickelodeon, the Macintosh and computer.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare ever reference me to Apple products.
I was doing an SNL thing because you did an SNL thing.
No, there's two jokes.
What was that guy's
there's
name who
jokes
did
that? Go
that? He was
just
on the
too
Goofy
far.
movie.
It's too far, man.
It's too far.
Who's that guy in the Goofy movie? Pauly
No, that was
Shore,
Rob
that's
Schneider.
it.
Oh, well, Pauly Shore does that too.
Wait, guys,
It was
Oh,
Rob
maybe it
Schneider
was
who
both.
did it in
I
SNL.
don't know.
No, Pauly Shore, that was legit.
Could have been
Pauly
Andy
Shore's
Dick. Who
legit.
knows?
We's in the juice.
Waifu
Don't
of the
tax
week,
my
Pauly Shore.
gig
All right.
so hard, okay, Crusto?
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Anyway, so yeah, we're an anime podcast. We talk about that sometimes. Also, Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Yeah. Fuck anime. You should turn this off right now and go buy some Bitcoin.
Also,
Jesus Christ.
Fires. That's the thing. Everything's on fire.
Oh yeah, you guys saw the picture of like people commuting into like an inferno.
Let me just say though. Let me just say.
It's not very funny
I just imagine Ollie from Family Guy.
California
I just imagine
fires,
Ollie
by the
from
way.
Family Guy. Them calling in, "Hey Ollie, how's the weather out in California?" Yeah, it's fucking burning.
It's on fire.
Damn nature, you scary.
Damn nature.
But
That thing
yeah,
come near my house, I kill it. No, seriously though, like a Raging Aztec, I follow. She's on our Discord. He's super cool. Been a long time listener. I follow him on Snapchat, and he was like outside today, and he lives in California, and he had like a bandana around his mouth and nose, and he's like, the winds are hot as fuck, like, and.
did he get the black
no,
lung?
He wasn't that close. But he could still feel it from where he was. But anyone in California, please be safe. Save the anime. Save your manga collection.
Yeah, by the time this comes out, you're probably
That's
it'll
true.
probably
Save
be
your
over
manga
by then.
collection.
But
Hide
same
your
for
wife,
Bitcoin.
hide your kids,
but yeah,
hide your family. It's a fucking fire.
hide your family in the fire.
No, I never said that.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. But let's see how it pays
They'll
off.
never expect to find them in the fire.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
On fire.
On fire. Anyway, yeah, anime. So we got some stuff for that. Also some non-anime stuff. Well, what do we got? Let's check the news. Let's check the document, guys. We got, first of all, the first item on the agenda.
Just keep it
talking
in
like
the
that.
accent. You know
Is
just do it.
the entirety of the Japan Animator Expo is getting a Blu-ray release, and it's coming out in January. So that's pretty hype. We made an episode covering all of those. Don't remember which number, but look it up. We did it. A lot of good stuff in there. Check it out. Finally, you can get it on Blu-ray. There's a couple that aren't included, but most of them are there.
I gotta get me
So,
some Blu-rays,
yeah.
because ever since Aqua,
Dude, that's worth it just for Mimi.
Ever since
Holy
Aqua
shit.
Titty sold me his PS4, I gotta.
Yeah, dude, Blu-rays are worth.
Production
Blu-rays are the
assistant
shit.
Aqua Titty, shout out.
Aqua
Anyway.
tits. Aqua
Second
chance,
best
aqua
production.
Oh yeah, that's right,
aqua
because it's
faps.
smoky. Yeah, it's fucking smoky, dude. All right, news.
But yeah,
What
dude,
else we got?
I like that they're putting the shorts
No,
on
yeah,
DVD. That's
I
pretty
agree.
cool.
I agree. That's super,
yeah.
super sick. What else you got?
There's a bunch of non-anime news. This one's quick. A Saekano anime. Okay, well, Senai Heroine no Soratekaka. Well, I can't pronounce it. Saekano. That's what everybody calls it. The one with Kato and all the other chicks that are awesome. God, I can't remember their names. Utaha. There we go. That's getting a movie, so that's gonna be sick.
Your face is getting a movie.
Yeah, dude. If you haven't seen Saekano, go to Mal and just type it in because nobody can remember that name. It's like Senai Heroine no Soratekaka.
It sounds like
And
you
I
got
can't-
a
I
little
can't
something
pronounce that,
stuck in your
so.
throat there.
You got a little something, something.
I think it stands for something about a girlfriend being fake or boring. Don't remember the name.
Somebody's being
really know
fake.
this.
Somebody else is being boring, and Fry's dog is still dead. Move on.
Oh yeah, and Ariri is like she has pigtail. She has twin tails, and she slaps the protagonist with them. It's pretty funny. How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend. There we go. Getting a movie. Cool. Next piece of news. We have what do we got? Can't go down the list yet. That's not. We'll say that later. So there's an NBA player
This is
who
totally
is
anime.
starting. Yeah, he's starting his own anime company, dude. Like what?
This is
How's that not anime?
right now?
Hey.
I mean,
Hell
to
yeah.
be fair, this past week weren't there?
So he's on the Hornets. I'm
to-
just trying to look up
to
some basic info
Make
here.
a little side note here.
Johnny O'Brien,
Wasn't there a player,
center for the Charlotte
an
Hornets.
NFL player who had like anime characters on his shoes?
Oh yeah. That's Mike Daniels
GB
on the
Pax?
Packers. Hashtag
GB Pax?
FTP.
FTP.
Fuck the Packers, am I right, Ditka?
They're a whole bunch of fudge packers, more like.
Yeah, they can pack it in if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, dude. So this guy, he's like trying to do his own anime company from the U.S. and like Netflix is getting in, basketball players are getting in. Everyone's putting their finger in the pie and smearing it around. And we're gonna make more anime. It's great.
We're making anime
So,
great
yeah.
again, guys.
That's pretty sick. I like how, cause you know, like
But-
what's his name?
But wait, isn't
who made
this,
Shelter? Was
isn't
it
this like
Porter
Yeah, Porter
Robinson?
Robinson
Somebody
and
else?
Maniac,
wouldn't-
yeah.
Goddamn, how do I
wouldn't
not
this
know?
be like not
Yeah, yeah.
technically an anime?
Same idea.
Because it's American.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it has a
actually-
guy-
Well,
Jen on the
actually, I'm
production
moderator
committee.
at our anime, and I happen to be the foremost knowledge on what anime is.
Welcome to the Anime Summon Podcast, where we call out the anime moderator because
Missy
Except
Pie
for
is
Missy
back.
Pie, she's cool.
legit.
Cause she was on her.
She
cast.
was on her
We
pod
should
a
get
long
her
time
on
ago.
again. She's legit.
Yeah, we should.
Dude. I made a funny comment. I'm like, someone's like, is Neo Yokio an anime? I'm like, yeah, it is in my opinion, but I don't have a stick up my ass, so I might be wrong.
Get called out. But no, I mean, what that's legit though because
Foreign investors,
yeah, like
basketball
that's super
players.
awesome. It's just getting more
Not a lot to say. Yeah, nothing's been
more
announced.
people
but yeah.
here in America investing into the anime industry would only just
All right,
will
so-
only just help
especially
it,
Netflix.
you
So
know?
we need
Who?
to make him watch Spice and Wolf, and then get him to fund Spice and Wolf season 3.
and then get them on our podcast.
Yes.
In that order. Well, in any order, really. No, we got to get him on our podcast first so he can announce Spice and Wolf season 3 on the podcast. Give us the
Spice and Wolf
scoop
season 3 win.
Same.
Same.
all the time. All right, dude. Next piece of news. We got Flip Flappers and a bunch of other Sentai licensed anime titles were removed from Crunchyroll recently because Sentai is, I think they're trying to start up their own service, or they're
Kind of like the
Everybody's
RP and all
trying
that.
to get a piece of the pie.
They're trying to compete with Crunchyroll. No, it's High Dive. There we go. High Dive, I believe, is what they're putting it on.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little bit of a fracturing of the anime services or the anime like titles a little bit more, and I don't know. I mean, eventually get to a point where people are just like, "Fuck, I'm only going to pay X amount of dollars a month." You know, I'm getting Crunchyroll, Netflix, and whatever else. But it's like High Dive's actually pretty cheap. It's like $4 a month or whatever. But still, it's just interesting that there's more competitors. Hopefully, Anime Strike stops. I don't know. No, they just got to make it easier to get in. It's like 2 paywalls. But yeah, like Sentai's, competing a little more with Crunchyroll, high dives, bumping up a bit, a little more exclusivity, and like there's like a couple different pathways it could go. Like it could eventually get to a point where it's the opposite, where all these companies want all their stuff on like every service, and then they compete with, it's like our service has a better video player or better price or blah blah blah, and then it's like that would be the best for consumers. Because otherwise it's just going to turn into like, you need to subscribe to 10 different fucking channels to get anime. It's like, no. We're not there yet.
Are we, though?
But yeah, this is news. So yeah. Any thoughts, fellas? Or should we move on?
No, I'm good. I think we can move on. I think you pretty much said it.
We've already talked about that in the past a little bit.
But no, I mean, it's still worth noting.
And then...
I think it's important. That shit's important. Like, without anime, what are we?
Excuse me, I'm still a lot of things. Okay.
The Mac and Salmon Bitch podcast, like that's boring.
The Mac and Salmon Bitch podcast.
What's Mac without the cheese?
Wait, you're talking about Quokka, right? You forgot Nick.
Oh yeah, Nick. Yeah, so I mean, it's like,
Don't worry, Nick. I got your back on this one.
What are we doing?
Quokka's definitely the bitch.
What are we doing even? That's my question.
We wouldn't have
gimp.
tight stomachs to worry about.
That's true.
Indeed. And I mean that's mostly Every Frame of Painting YouTube channel is ending. So that's pretty bad. Like Every Frame of Painting, we've mentioned it before. It's like this really popular YouTube channel, millions of subscribers. They put in like hundreds of hours to make every little 10-minute video. And it's really, really good. So check it out. They had a really great one on Satoshi Kon. They've done a few other anime as well. And like just even if you don't watch like the movies, they show like how to make a good fight scene, how to do this and that, and it's really good. So yeah, Every Frame of Painting, no more.
Fucking sucks, actually.
Yeah, they were one of the better YouTube. I would put them in like, one of the best YouTube
Of all
channels
time.
all time, in my opinion.
I actually would too.
Of all time.
The only thing is like it was just a lot of work, and they decided to move on. But yeah, it's like, that's gonna suck. So we need someone to step up. Mother's Basement. Can you do it? Probably not, because they had a whole team of people. So I think they did. No, actually, he could probably do it. He just needs more help.
So is it just because like they just want to move?
So yeah,
on,
like
or?
Basically, yeah, that was it. It was like they just couldn't put in as much effort as they wanted, and they couldn't get out as much content. I think that was the basic gist of it.
Sucks, dude. All right.
Well, it sucks because, without Every Frame of Painting, how are we ever going to know? I mean, sure, we can always watch YouTube videos, but where are we going to get our live knowledge of when we need to use phthalo green?
Or titanium white.
You guys.
Yeah, we're really stalling for time, aren't we?
Liquid white.
I've already covered the canvas lightly here in liquid white.
I didn't even get out my paintbrush yet, and I've already covered it.
Gesso.
And now we're just going to beat the devil out of it.
I'll just let you know right now that when I worked at Michael's Arts and Crafts, we were one of like the main carriers for all of his products, and like an 5-ounce can of black gesso was like $18. Like,
what about a 5-ounce can?
Yeah,
of titanium
paint is
white?
fucking expensive.
Actually, a tube of titanium white in Bob Ross was like, it was like an 8-ounce tube, and then there was a bigger one, and the bigger one was like $35, I think.
This is fascinating, Sam. This has a lot to do with
actually
anime.
does, man.
All right,
because you could.
let's fucking move on.
Every Frame of Painting. Come on, what the fuck?
You could paint over your eyes
like
after watching a
ReZero
bad anime.
or
There.
School Days.
All right. Whoa, let's dial it
Shots
back
fired.
there, Mac.
All right, if it's not
Fighting
anime,
words.
if
All right,
it's not anime,
Waifu
Nick's
of
gonna
the
have a
week.
baby, so let's move on.
Slash. Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
already
have a fucking
did.
baby.
Breathe,
Fuck
Nick.
you.
Breathe.
All right. Speaking of baby, Waifu of the week, the baby from Tokyo Godfathers.
That's
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Careful there, Roy. that the right guy?
Get
Oh, wait,
get
the
called
right
out,
name.
you shitbag.
Although, okay.
GG Nick.
That's not what he did. Obviously, I was
Wouldn't be
exaggerating for
surprised if he
comedic
did,
effect.
though.
But so let's pick the girl from Tokyo Godfathers. Let's just do that. What's her name?
Miyuki?
I'm so
Miyuki.
bad with names. God damn.
Miyuki?
Miyuki.
Miyuki?
Likes to pukey in my mouthy.
Miyuki? Pukey?
You want her to?
Miyuki. So yeah, she's the girl who ran away from home from Tokyo Godfathers, and she's living with the bums, the street urchins. And yeah, she's pretty cool. They're like all resourceful. They take care of the baby. It's great. She's trying to figure out what she wants to do with her life. And yeah, cool character. Waifu of the week right there. Plus, that haircut.
That haircut,
That
though.
hair- that
It's
haircut,
like her
though.
little hair. Her hair's pointing. It almost looks like one of those like old timey
But with
handlebar
her
like
hair
mustache
on
things
the sides, and it like points in
on her
to
cheeks. Yeah,
Dainty?
it's dainty.
I don't know if I'd describe that as dainty.
I don't know. I just wanted to use that word. Yeah. So yeah, Tokyo Godfather, Miyuki, waifu of the week, and now we're into the main topic.
No, you could have just not mentioned the main
Ba-ba-da-ba,
topic at all and
ba-ba-ba-ba.
segued really well into this, but no.
We need to get a sound drop of Ballstein from Zoolander saying ba ba da ba 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 ba. Just put that for every main topic. It's fucking funny. We need sound drops.
This is where you kill the momentum. You should have just rolled with it, but no. Oh, by the way, guys, even though we're talking about Tokyo Godfathers right now, which is one
We're
of our main
brainstorming
topics,
during
here's
the
main
episode, Mac.
topic.
This is how we operate. All right. By the way, what time can you guys record next week? Let's talk about that next week.
So it's
Oh,
the
I don't know.
holidays.
So yeah,
Oh, I don't
It's
know.
the-
After I get done at
holiday
your house.
themed topic.
It's the Jesus Christ. It's the holidays. And
I don't even hear
we're
what you said.
feeling
But
a little
I agree.
cheery, somewhat. I don't
Because
fucking
the
know.
weather outside is frightful.
And the fires are so. I'm back on my soundboard.
So Nick has thought it'd be a good idea if we talked about 5 centimeters per second today and Tokyo Godfathers, and
Because they are loosely
That's
Christmas
like- that's
themed,
the
kind
closest-
of.
I'm
There's
I'm
snow.
still
There's
salty
snow
there's
in
no
them.
Torador, but continue.
I think Tokyo Godfathers.
No, Mac, I never said you couldn't talk about Torador. Next week, you can talk about Torador. This week, focus. Dial it in, Mac.
I mean, we do have a good selection of movies here, so I can't be mad. I can't be mad. It's all good. It does make me angry that though. It does.
Except for Torador.
You shut the fuck up. It does make me angry though that Tokyo Godfathers has a higher rating than 5 centimeters per second, but we can get past that.
Well, Satoshi Kon, dude.
Tokyo
genius.
I mean, but I mean, it's 5 centimeters per second, man. That's Makoto Shinkai, man. Freaking
5 centimeters per second weekly update.
The next Miyazaki.
Huh?
You know what my favorite TV show anime is, Mac? It's Your Name.
Really? There's one called Mac.
Remember that?
Awesome.
No, my favorite TV anime of all time is Your Name. Because I'm channeling Quokka.
Shut up.
Shout out to Quokka.
You know what my favorite live action and
Oh,
it's also Your Name.
also, just to clarify, both of the movies we are talking about are actually slices of life.
That's true. The best kind of
I'm just
Genre.
waiting for him to yell
Genre.
at us and be like, "They're not
So, yeah.
slices of life, you motherfucker."
Oh yeah, that was his other thing. Tight stomach, slice of life,
Your Name.
and Your Name, and Madoka,
And guns.
and also
And
guns,
and
also other
and-
stuff.
And being an expat. I mean, sexpat. I mean, no expat.
Oh yes, sex.
And
All right, let's actually get into it. So, which one do you guys want to
Tokyo
talk about
Godfather.
first? We got 5
Obviously.
centimeters. We got
I think we'll do
Godfathers.
Tokyo Godfathers first, just
Because
because.
Tokyo, we did best girl from Tokyo Godfather.
A way to go against the sheet order. Now everything's fucked up.
Oh man, I gotta skip.
I listed
gotta
5
skip
centimeters.
The first one and go to the second one. Whatever will I do?
I listed them alphabetically, and now you guys are messing it up.
I'm sorry.
Fuck.
I don't.
I'm sorry.
Threw off my groove. All right, Tokyo Godfathers. Let's get to it. So, produced by Studio Madhouse,
Madhouse. In
original,
the
directed by
middle
the
of
late, the
street.
great
Madhouse.
Satoshi Kon, the legend. And so Tokyo Godfathers. It's it's a comedy / drama. It's about a bunch of bums on the street. They find a baby. It's on Christmas Eve, and through a series of hijinks, they eventually find the baby's parents and also the girl's parents in Tokyo Godfathers. And they run around and they get involved with some syndicates, and it's a wacky, fun, also heartwarming movie. And that's like the basic.
It's
super basic.
It's loosely
broad strokes
based
of it.
on Peter B. Kyne's novel Three Godfathers, which has had many iterations, obviously, but Tokyo Godfathers is said to be one of the most fun iterations of it, and for obvious reasons. But
I mean, sure, it's fun, but shit gets serious at times.
no, yeah, for sure. But the original in Three Godfathers, it was three bank robbers who find a baby, and it's like, oh shit. In this case, it's like more of a holiday feel. There's bums.
Yeah,
whatever.
it's three wise men. I mean, bums.
Yeah. It was also co-written by
Yeah,
Keiko
he also did Wolf's
Nobumoto,
Rain and
who worked on Wolf's Rain and
Cowboy
Bebop.
Bebop. And yeah. Oh, dude, Johnny Young Bosch was.
Wait, was he really?
I'm looking at 5 centimeters per
I watched
second.
the sub,
Yeah,
so.
right.
What?
Sorry,
Yeah,
Darren,
fuck you, dude.
Darren
Jesus.
Plevin.
Jesus, stay on
Darren
topic,
Plevin
Sam.
is.
That was me slapping you across the internet. Oh, hold on. Let me slap you for real here.
With a frying
There we go.
pan.
Frying pan. Yeah, that was a frying pan right there.
Love it.
That was actually the sound effect of Guts holding hands.
So we have the alcoholic, the former drag queen Hana and Miyuki, and their bums, or Miyuki ran away from home rather.
Yeah, she is
And
a runaway.
And
She's
they
like
find
15,
the baby,
I believe.
And then, so
She's
and
a
it's
little
Christmas Eve,
runaway.
which you said already. But anyway, so I mean, why is this film good? Why is it recognized so much? Why is it 2003?
Because it's one of the few. Well, there's actually a bunch of anime, but it's a
Satoshi Kon's
Christmas
third film.
anime.
Yeah, I definitely get a Christmas feel from it.
Specifically about Christmas.
Excuse me.
Themes of togetherness.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would. It's got that whole, you should be with your family kind of thing, because in a way it's like the 3/4 actually, if you think about it. It's actually 4 people here. They all kind of get reunited with their families in a nice happy way towards the end of the movie, and it's just like, this is what makes the holidays great. It really is.
Yeah. And then what?
Yep. Yep. I was waiting for you to talk.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna say something.
Sorry. This is one of those films where it's kind of like, I obviously it's more serious than like Home Alone or whatever, right? But the feels in like this movie.
Okay, come on, Sam.
Kind of reminded me of like.
You're more than 15 years old. You can say something besides feels.
The
Unless we're joking around, then it's funny.
The feels in this movie.
The feels. So you go to your doctor and you say, I have the feels. What do you prescribe me? Well, we don't know what the feels are.
We're going to go ahead and prescribe a dose of episodes 16 through 21 of Clannad After Story.
So anyway, the feels in this movie
Yeah.
reminded
my
me
God.
of like.
Sorry, it's just a pet peeve when people say feels to me. I had to point it out. Like,
Okay, so the feels in
all
this
right,
movie
go ahead.
gave me that holiday feel in the feels, because I had the feels for the feels in this movie.
Are you broken?
Hey, man, this sounds like a really fantastic anime. I mean, it just sounds
Som.exe
really
has stopped
fantastic with the
working.
amount of feels. It's just fantastic.
Oh yeah, Mac with fantastic.
But as they
Som
go
with
through,
feels.
as the movie progresses, though,
What's
it's only
my
an hour and a
word?
half.
I don't even
As
know.
the movie progresses, though, each character are kind of like they kind of have to go back to former parts of their past, you know, like they go to
Yeah, they have to confront.
yeah, Hana
their
goes
past.
to their
especially Miyuki and the drunk.
yeah.
Again in
uh,
Miyuki.
The other
Hana.
character, what's his name?
a drag
Hana
queen.
is. Yeah, he's a drag queen. They call him a fag, like in the subtitles, which I'm assuming if they translated that to English, they'd change it to like queer or something. But whatever, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't remember Hana having like any. Hana was almost more of a comedic relief than he wasn't one of the main characters.
Most
like,
of the
looking
time,
for,
yes,
like,
comedic
catharsis and
relief.
all
I
that.
would agree with that.
But yeah, sorry, Sam was going.
No,
you were-
I'm
you
saying
were
that was. I think that was. This is one of those movies that kind of takes the. Excuse me.
Oh, it's a trans woman
yeah,
actually.
yeah,
So
she's a drag queen. Yeah, yeah.
it actually is a
she's-
trans woman. So okay, so isn't a drag queen like a man who dresses as a woman?
But a lot
or-
of drag queens.
But this is actually like
Yeah, and
literally
other
a trans woman,
drag
so-
queens in other cultures though they're just like trans, so it's really weird. Like me, I'm just transgendered, and then there's drag queens who are men, who are gay men. Actually, there are some straight drag queens, which is super crazy. But like,
I don't understand any of this.
there's nothing.
Please.
Anyway, well, we can.
Well, and actually, now that I'm remembering it, Hana did struggle with sickness, but it wasn't like finding her family. She was just
She
trying
went
to.
back to her family.
Well, she kind of was
That's
too,
the
actually.
thing.
So never mind. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the thing, and one of the things that Tokyo Godfathers does is it drives the characters back to their family. You know, in the process of getting Kyoko, the little baby, back to her family, they all are driven back to theirs, which kind of goes along with the whole play of the name of the baby, Kyoko, which means pure one. Oh, you see it? You see it there? There's a connection.
And isn't that also the same name of the daughter of the drunk hobo?
yeah.
Yes, it is
Remember that,
actually.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
actually. Good.
And that's so there's little coincidences like that like pepper throughout the movie. Like there's a lot of like conveniences in the movie, and but they do it in a way that's funny. It's not like an ass pull. It kind of is, but it's also they play it off as funny, so that's why it all works. Like them like running into, they run into this syndicate boss, and he takes them to a wedding, and then they find, that like leads them to the clues to finding the baby's parents. Really, it's like it all just like this like whole web of.
How are you doing this day
events.
of my daughter's wedding?
We make you an offer. You cannot refuse.
Bonacera. Bonacera.
How many marbles you think is in my mouth?
I made you come here and bring me something disrespectfully. But no, like what I was gonna say was, and Nick is absolutely right, is when the movie progresses and they're kind of going through these little things like that, it kind of reminds me of like Harold and Kumar. They're just trying to go to White Castle, and then, but in this,
Well, sort of. But I mean, these characters have more
no,
noble.
sure. But I'm saying like
White
than
Castle
that.
is noble now. Come on.
what I was trying to say was
Oh,
that the
sure,
journey was
sure.
important, and then the goal was like the prize, because in the end,
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
I didn't want to spoil. I was about to say it, but then I was like, oh, I don't know if people are gonna watch it, but
Well, we don't have to give like hard spoilers. We'll give soft
I
spoilers.
just like
Semi-soft.
it was
Semi-soft
just very the journey matters is what I'm saying, and I like movies like that. I like holiday movies like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. And so what did you guys think? Like, what were your favorite scenes or characters or parts in the movie? Like, what did you like about it? What did you like?
I like the I like the Yakuza scene, and I like the ending, and I like Hana.
Okay, well, describe it though. Like, what about the Yakuza scene did you like?
like the
Wait, which scene? Which one?
where they
There's
where
like
they
a bunch of
first
them, like-
where they first run into him and he's like under the car, and they happen to know
Okay, yep,
Kyoko's
yep.
mom or whatever, and that's how how they find out the clues and stuff, and then they take him to the wedding. Like,
Yeah, I liked how he was offering them his business card,
and they're just like some
cash.
bums, you know.
And
So
then-
it's like I've that's one of those things where you have to kind of chuckle at. You're like, well, that's awesome. Like if I were like
Yeah,
homeless.
no, and Hana and Miyuki are like accepting it instantly, and then Jin's like he knows better, and he's like, no, we don't have any trouble. Let's go.
yeah.
He's like turning
like,
around, trying to walk away. Because what happened is Jin, his backstory is that he was like separated from his wife and
Debt.
daughter because of.
Well, he like didn't he run away because of debt?
Well, yeah, because of debt. No, it wasn't debt. It was not that. It was he got caught in like this scam from some guy who was trying to. He was like a bike racer, and he was trying to fix a race, and like yeah, the scam cost him like all his money, so then he just had to leave, and like that's why he didn't want to go talk to the Yakuza or anything. So was it actually the Yakuza? They just said like syndicate, I
Sleazy
think, but
people.
either way,
he
it
was a high-ranking
enough.
Yakuza that was under the car.
mobster,
as well.
mafia. Yeah. But like yeah, it all kind of ties together. And like what happens when they go to the wedding is like he recognizes was it the groom or no, who he recognized a member at the wedding party. And he's like about to go like bash him with
the
a bottle.
Kill Bill
and then
sirens start going
a,
off, and it's like, oh shit! Like the screen starts flashing red.
Yeah, well, and then this what was the race? There's like a
He was
foreigner
speaking Spanish, wasn't he?
who was also playing the maid. Yeah, I don't know. Was it Honduras or something like that? They were from Latin America. Either way, Latin America. They were from there, and they attempted to assassinate him, and like, you know, then it all spirals out from there. And that was like a cool scene. Them just doing that. Like, and like they would talk. The Latin Americans would like talk with. They captured Miyuki, right? And they kidnapped her, and she was talking to the guy's wife, and like they didn't translate, at least on the version I watched, they didn't translate the Spanish, but you could kind of tell what they were saying anyway, like just with the scene direction. And that was
I like
really
how
cool.
Miyuki was all like, boobs. Did you notice that? She's just like,
Oh yeah,
boobs.
she saw the. Well, yeah, because the Latin woman was breastfeeding the baby, who also was with her, and yeah, Miyuki's like still a kid,
boobs.
so.
Boobs.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite scenes is the old man. Well, one of them, the old man who they were talking to, who was like dying, and
Oh,
this is
God,
like
the
later in
old
the
man.
movie. And it's in the Every Frame a Painting video of this, where he's like, oh, I finally get to die happy, and then he kind of glazes his eyes over, and the windmills outside his hut like stop spinning, and then the guy is just like, he's like checking if he's actually dead, and then he's like, oh, I'm still alive, and the windmills like keep spinning up again. And then what happens, like he leaves the little hovel, and the windmills, you'll see them, they're not spinning anymore, so he's dead. And it's like a really cool way to show that. Just
Nick
like the
took
way
what
that,
I
that it's-
wanted to
that
say.
Cohen directed it.
Damn it.
I got that from the Every Frame a Painting video. I noticed it also when I watched
I
it,
noticed
but
it
like
very outright when I watched
that's another
it.
reason
I was
to-
like,
to-
oh, that's obvious.
yeah. That's something to check out that's another reason to watch Every Frame a Painting, because they'll point out those things in media.
I mean, I noticed it.
Yeah, I mean, people know it, but it's like if you haven't seen it yet, you're like, oh, that was
I mean,
sweet,
I
cool
don't know.
directing. Let me watch
I
that.
noticed it.
So, Mac, did you have any favorites,
Motherfucker, you
any
said
favorite
the scene
scenes
I
or
was
any
gonna
any
You
comments
said
or
the scene I was gonna
concerns?
say, man, you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. I wouldn't really say, if I had to say something about this, about Tokyo Godfathers as a movie, I wouldn't really say a scene, because you took the one I was gonna say and the one that I wanted to take, because you're a little bitch face. But the way I like the realism in the way that the characters are portrayed and how they're dealing with all of their problems as the movie progresses, because you see that each character kind of tells their own little facade, their own little white lie regarding what brought them to this point. But everything about this movie slowly brings out the truth, and all of that comes to the forefront. And just watching the characters develop and move through all of this was really good, with basically the way the entire thing was portrayed. I really liked the depth of the characters. I mean, even for only like an hour and a half movie, hour 32 minutes, the realization and the depth of the characters was absolutely fantastic. There, I said fantastic for you. That's what you get for making me ad-lib some shit. Fuck you.
Well, their facial expressions were really great, especially Hana's. Like she would always
overreact.
Almost, be like overreact and to every little thing, and it was really funny. She's like, I've always wanted a baby of my own, but she didn't really know how to take care of it, so Jin had to show her, and it was like, yeah. The other part that I liked is they're trying to find the baby because they gave it to the wrong person later on. And Hana, like, she's running up to random people with babies and like looking at the baby, trying to see if it's the right one. She's like, yeah, she like scared the crap out of this one couple, and it was really funny. But yeah. I mean, it's a funny movie. It's heartwarming. I liked it. What did you guys think? Final thoughts?
Honestly, I fully support ranking this movie in at an 8 out of 10. I think even though it aired in 2003, I think the animation and the quality definitely has stood the test of time. The story that it tells is good. And, of course, the characters really are what makes this movie happen. So I give it a strong 8, and I really enjoyed it.
I give it the same, probably. Give it a
same.
Nutter butter.
If they're Nutter butter.
Well, I feel like if you're gonna watch all,
I'm gonna give everything a Teddy Graham.
You know what I mean? This one is definitely gonna.
Yeah, you're gonna watch them all
stick
anyway.
Out a little bit, as opposed to the others.
Well, no, this isn't. This is a good one though. You're sounding like you're making it seem like it's a bad movie. It's like it's actually a really
Thanks
good
for
movie.
letting me finish.
It does.
Exodia.
Well, sorry, I'm just trying to defend the
saying
movie.
you
All right?
activated my
stick
track
out.
card.
As opposed to compared to some of the other stuff he's done.
Yeah, because the other stuff he's done is fucking masterpieces. Like Perfect Blue and Millennium Actress are like perfect 10s. Like,
I actually
Jesus.
did not enjoy
But,
Millennium
yeah, I mean-
Actress that much.
Well, fuck you. So there.
I actually think I like Tokyo Godfathers a little more than Millennium Actress. I don't know why.
I would have
course
to
you do.
strongly agree with that.
I think Millennium Actress is one of those you more seldomly watch it and kind of.
It's a little too. I don't know if avant-garde would fit very well, but it's the word that comes to mind.
Art house.
Eh,
I don't know if art house is the right either. It's probably
no, like I
you
said,
probably
just
had
a
it
little
right.
more.
Anyway, yeah.
It's definitely a little more like you have to kind of just.
Wait,
Millennium
which one are we
Actress.
talking about? Okay.
Tokyo Godfathers is like a little more fun. You know what I mean? It's I think.
Well, yeah, it's easier to watch. You can just turn it on. Like you don't have to pay, you don't have to. Well, you actually do have to pay attention.
No.
But like, it's not like I don't have to vote 1,000% of my
Sure.
attention to see it. But that's what I like in a movie. I want it to be like enveloping me, you know. And this one was just good. It was, and you said again, it kind of reminded me of Home Alone. It had a little bit of that vibe going. But yeah, like I really liked it. You guys liked it. We all liked it. It's pretty good. So let's move on to the next movie. 5 centimeters per second.
Let me just say.
Tokyo
Let
Godfathers.
me just
we all
say
liked it.
that the song from this, One More Time, One More Chance, is so fucking good. It really is.
I gotta hear that one again. I watched this a little while ago, so I gotta refresh myself.
You gotta stick some little refreshers in you, some little refreshments. Okay, so I guess since I'm already talking, I'll do this. So 5 centimeters per second. It is a single movie that is actually condensed into 3 separate parts. So if you go and look at it on my anime list, you'll see it's a movie, but it's got 3 episodes and it's 22 minutes per episode.
The last one's a little shorter, I believe.
I
I think it was. I remember it being like 15 minutes for some reason.
The page has to be right
Anyway,
because it's
doesn't
saying 22 minutes per episode. So fuck you. So yeah, 5 centimeters per second. Basically, it covers the story of Takaki Tono. He's a boy, and he starts out, of course, young in the first part of the movie, and each episode kind of shows you glimpses into certain windows of his life. I'm not going to read any of the synopsis to explain it to you. I think I can do a better job than the synopsis can. So here we go, ad-libbed.
It's a pretty straightforward
I know, but I'm going to
story.
ad-lib this because I need the practice. So
He's gonna Mad Lib it. He's gonna Mac Lib
I'm
it.
gonna Mac lib it. So Takaki has this thing for a girl named Akari. They go to school together. Akari's gonna end up moving away. They both really like each other. They get teased for it throughout school. So she moves away. They kind of keep in touch. Actually, they keep really in touch. They write letters back and forth. They eventually go and meet up in the first part of this movie. Still technically in the first episode of this movie. And their love kind of flourishes at that point. They don't like bang or nothing. That's not really insinuated, but yeah,
That's what I call
it's flourishing romance. But the thing that the thing that 5 centimeters per second does is it kind of portrays
budding romance.
I think what 5 centimeters per second portrays is it's not only a coming to age kind of story, but it's a story that shows that if you're stuck in the past, you can never move forward. And
Well, it shows that it could happen, not that it will.
but he never moves forward. He's still stuck in the past. He's still stuck in
Yeah.
that first episode.
No, this is showing that that can happen, and not
Well,
that you're
of
automatically
course, of
fucked if something
course.
bad happens.
It's
Like,
just
I know. It's just like the way you said it. It's like if something bad happens,
no.
you'll
I'm saying
never
if you're stuck
recover.
in the past. That's a
No, that's
difference.
what
It's a huge difference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
I
you did.
misheard you.
Get,
So, yeah.
get,
I was just clarifying.
you need to. Get,
I was just
you
testing
need
you,
to
bro.
get the dick
It's
and two
fine.
balls out of your mouth.
He called you out.
No deal. No can
so,
do.
yeah, that's the gist of it. There's obviously a lot more I can say about each of the episodes in general, but that's just kind of my synopsis to what's going on in this movie, and that probably is all you need to know going into this movie, at least as far as what actually
Yeah,
happens.
that was like
in
the
it.
basic theme. The other main theme of the movie is like two characters separated by time and distance, and they care about each other, but then they're not together and all that. It's like, oh, this longing feeling. Shots of background, wallpapers,
This is like
wallpapers.
Wallpapers, the anime.
Yeah, 5 wallpapers per second. That's
Because-
the meaning. It looks really
Even
good.
though
the
this
backgrounds.
came out in 2007, oh my god, it is fucking beautiful. Just the saturation and everything and the colors is just.
Yeah, and this was, I don't know if we mentioned Makoto Shinkai. He did this one, and he made Your Name the other year. So last year, Your Name.
Your
this
name
was
saved anime.
This was one of his earlier works.
I'm cool.
The cool thing about 5 centimeters per second is that it's kind of like the peak of that type of story that he was trying to tell, because he did this before. He made a couple other movies. He made, what are they called? There was the short one that he made by himself. What's the
Voices
name
of a
that
Distant
one?
Yep.
Star.
Voices of a Distant Star.
Voices of a Distant
Shit,
Star,
I couldn't
and
get
then
the word out.
it's like children something lost days or something like that. It was I should really know
Children
this.
Who Chase.
Either
Lost
way, he made 2
Voices,
movies.
He did that after.
That was a different one. Yeah, that was his crappy Ghibli movie one. It was the other one. I don't remember the name.
The Place Promised in Our Early Days.
That sounds right. I believe that's it. Yep, that's it. So basically, 5 centimeters per second is the good version of those movies. I guess you can watch the Voices of a Distant Star just because it's short, but it's much better. It's much more well done in 5 centimeters. So the animation's better. The characters are actually on screen instead of just standing really far away.
Okay, look, 5 centimeters per second is not intrinsically dialogue heavy. And that's part of the beauty to it.
I almost don't think it needs
and
almost
that's part
any.
of the
so.
beauty to it.
Yeah.
I mean, you have some shows like Angel's Egg that have like 0 goddamn dialogue and should go burn in a fire. And then you have 5 centimeters per
There's a
second.
couple lines in there. You didn't even finish it, Mac. Hey, fuck you. Hey, I feel personally attacked.
And then you have movies like 5 centimeters per second where you get that little bit of dialogue, and the dialogue just perfectly coincides with the direction, the flow, and everything about the movie, and it just feels nice. It feels nice. It feels right. It feels like whenever you pump a 12-gauge shotgun and it's just perfectly lubed, and you get that.
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else.
That kind of feeling, that penis and foreskin kind of love.
Mm-hmm. If you hold it shut, you can fill it up like a balloon when you pee. Anyway, Sam, what do you think about the movie? Okay, can you elaborate?
Okay, so this just in breaking news. Sam says,
I liked it, but here's.
It was
I like
okay.
how it was
10 out of
split
10.
in, 3
was it
things, but
Yep, 3
Huh?
arcs, kind of.
yeah,
They're kind of like arcs because it was different
yeah, it
periods
starts in the
of their
90s
lives.
and then it goes
sort
like
of.
to present.
Well, it's like they're kids, middle school,
Yep.
and then adults.
the person that moves on and the person that doesn't.
So the first time I ever heard of excuse me, my nose is like super stuffy. The first time I ever heard of Makoto Shinkai is when I watched Voices of a Distant Star that I had on a DVD that my cousin borrowed to me. And I was like, he was like, oh, it's super cool, like he did it himself and whatever. And I was really into that. Well, the first time I watched that, I loved it. Okay, 5 centimeters per second, I didn't even watch until probably 4 years ago. But I just kind of
I didn't watch it till 4 days ago.
I was just kind of I don't know, I kind of feel like how Nick feels, where it's it's probably the better version of Voices of a Distant Star and whatever.
Yeah, well, it is. It
But
just is.
and maybe Your Name spoiled me or ruined me, because when the ending happened, I was just like, well, this just makes me want to watch Your Name. I don't know. I don't know, dude.
Well, because Your Name had kind of the happy ending.
Yeah.
This one had the sad ending.
No, I know. But it was just
more
the way
melancholy.
it was presented, though.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think this looks. I almost think
I would
this movie
agree
looks
with
better
that.
than Your
It
Name. To
does
be honest,
look better
but
than Your Name.
I actually
Just because
that
it was-
actually makes a lot of
there's
sense.
There's more the thing that Shinkai's specialty is animating robotic CG type landscapes and vehicles and stuff like that. That's his specialty. So with Your Name, there was more characters and it was softer. It was a little more nature going on there. But this one was really his strong area. That's why it looked better.
It looked
I think.
absolutely phenomenal. Holy shit.
I think the animation in 5 centimeters is definitely. I think they're both phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. In animation wise, I think they're both phenomenal. But there was something about the way they animated shading and the way light.
It's the
hit everything
attention
in
to
this one.
detail. It's like watching KyoAni and see him fucking animate dust particles in a scene. It's the attention to detail.
I feel like this just had that extra zhuzh that took it a mile farther.
The extra.
Extra.
You just say
Ugh.
it had an extra little shabba-dabba-dabba-ha.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
It had that extra. It had that
But it's-
extra 2 minutes with that hooker that you hired for 30 minutes.
Wait, why do you
The
need
extra
2
load in the
minutes if you
diaper
hired her
deal.
for 30? You only need about one of those minutes. Am I right?
Then she pays you back the rest in
Fuck.
Bitcoin. It's all a
Fuck you
money making
guys.
scheme.
But nah,
No, but
I agree with Mac there. I agree
You
with Mac
thought
there.
it was meh. Why did you not? Why were you not thrilled, Sam? What was?
It just made me
What's your
kind of want to
thoughts on
watch
that?
Voices of a Distant Star and Your Name again for some reason. I don't know.
But why? like 5 centimeters per second.
Okay, wait. You
5
like voices
centimeters
more
per
than this?
second is such a shining jewel on its own. Why would you need to go feel the need to watch anything else like immediately after this?
No, Your Name I can understand because there's different themes, but
I don't know.
so here I'm gonna try to explain it for you, Sam. All right, now sit down and shut
Tell
up
me.
because I'm gonna explain. So here, I got a little aggressive. I think the main reason that this movie isn't like a 10 out of 10 or anything, and it's not as good or as what's the right word? Deep. That's not the right word. Anyway, it doesn't have enough potatoes in it compared to Your Name potatoes. So basically, like 5 centimeters per second has like a very straightforward plot line. It's like these characters separated. The boy is, they're longing for each other. They're lonely. And they're living their lives without each other. That's basically what it is, and it's done pretty well. It could have maybe been a tiny bit shorter.
It was only an hour.
And for such a I know, but I'm saying for such a simple theme,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it.
like you can basically explain it in one sentence. But with Your Name, it's
See, I
there's
think-
more to it than that.
I think the
and with
bigger
other things like
underlying
that.
difference here is that 5 centimeters per second takes a very, very basic premise and then displays it fully as well as it could and as beautifully as it could. Meanwhile, Your Name takes a more complex yet still pretty straightforward premise and portrays it as beautifully as it could, though with not as good animation as 5 centimeters per second, but still very damn good.
Yeah.
And that's where the tipping point is
And then there's one other one as well. I would say the characters in 5 centimeters per second are like, they're a little bit less fleshed out. They're kind of cardboard cutouts almost, if you really think about it. They don't have like a bunch of different aspects to their
Yeah.
personality. They're kind
I
of
will
stuck
agree
in
with
one
that.
mode.
Character depth
And
does lack.
that's the same flaw that something like that's the same flaw that something like Scum's Wish had that aired a little while back, where it's like all these characters are
they're banging.
they're
banging.
tunnel visioned. They're tunnel visioned on
And
like
that's
one
banging.
little thing, and it's like this is why it can never be as good as like some of the Ghibli movies or whatever, because they got more going on. It just didn't have quite enough going on. Now that said, I liked it. It was pretty good. I would have liked this a lot more if I were younger. And also, if I didn't watch
I
it on
would
my
have liked
phone.
this a lot
but-
more if I was an edgy teenager going through puberty.
No, that's true. That's actually super true for Makoto Shinkai. Like, if you're a teenager, just watch all his stuff. Like, you're gonna like it. But if you're a jaded old man like us,
Excuse me,
like
I
and
am
Mac,
24. I'm
then
actually the youngest
don't
person
do it.
in this podcast.
You're old, Mac.
Get-
You're basically
hell
a
out of
Christmas
here.
cake. Did you sign up for your AARP yet,
Nick,
Mac?
I will fly up to Minnesota with my flight
All right.
benefits, and I will shove my right foot so far up your rectum it has to be surgically removed.
Oh, good. It'll help me get the poo out, so I don't have to take any more Metamucil.
After
Metamucil,
you do
what?
that, he won't have to shit.
Oh man, you just got to drink more prune juice.
Yeah, I need more prunes. I'll take a foot of prune. I'm not picky.
Gross. You guys are gross.
It's funny because
All
he's
right,
talking
yeah,
about
so-
poop.
Yeah, so 5 centimeters per second. Yeah, it's pretty.
So
it's pretty simple premise. It's not.
Did this like premiere in three separate times or?
No,
I'm
No.
guessing it might have. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, there's a good
I don't
question.
believe it
Because
did.
like the I saw it in just like one chunk. I didn't actually. One chunk, much like my poop. No, but it was. I actually don't know. I totally don't know.
I didn't know.
I think it might have. I think it might have
Excuse
been
me.
released like that. But
I think it was just all.
I don't
at
know. Yeah, I don't know why
once,
it's listed as.
Nope, it says it right here. The
says
first
22
part
minutes
of the
per
film was
episode.
released on Yahoo Japan as streaming video to Yahoo Premium members from 16 to the 19th of February. 2007. On March 2007, the full-length feature film had its theatrical premiere. Okay, well, that's weird. I don't know.
Well.
Yeah, so I mean, it kind of was a little bit of
Okay,
both.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
why I had
yeah.
episodes. Okay, that makes sense.
All right, well, there you go. But the animation-wise, though, I was like, oh!
You were just like,
Yeah. What the fuck?
yuck.
All right. That was super relevant.
I'm waiting for Sam
work,
to do
fellas.
something.
We
I'm
did it.
waiting for it. I can feel it coming.
Are you in the upside down world there, son? Did a Demogorgon get you? Are you choking
No,
up a
he's choking
slug?
on a Polish sausage that was rammed down his throat.
She and her. Yeah. Anyway, fucking. I like it.
Okay, so what did you rate Your Name and what did you rate Five
Your
Centimeters?
Name, I
Just out of
rated-
curiosity. Or what would you? I guess what'd you rate it now?
Your Name, I
Whatever.
would still rate a 9 out of 10.
And then how about 5
8
centimeters?
out of 10.
All right, and then did you like this one more than Tokyo Godfathers or less?
No, I
or
think equal.
All right, Mac, how about you? We're just gonna systematically do
All
this.
right, go ahead and re-ask the questions.
How would you compare 5 centimeters per second to Your Name? I guess we might as well say Your Name. It's a new one.
Your name.
'Cause you did a bunch of other
obviously
stuff,
wins
you know.
that. It obviously does.
right,
Your Name
yeah, I don't
would
know
be
why I asked,
a very, very strong 9, and 5 centimeters per second would probably be an 8, a strong 8, probably.
All right. As for myself, yeah, I pretty much agree, and I'd give it a strong 7 to a
light
light
8.
8.
A light 8.
You know what?
kind
I'm
of
going
like
to give it
Rite
just a
Aid.
strong 7.
Rite
I'm going to
Aid,
back
Light
down
Aid.
from that. Strong 7.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's worth watching. I think everybody should check out both of these movies. They're both classics in their own right. Now they're not like the top tier classics, but they're pretty good. So, yeah, check them out, especially if you're an edgy teenager
Yeah, I was gonna say like, add that edgy
like
teenager
us.
part. But yeah, I agree. I would definitely recommend both of these. I mean, these are two.
Well, Tokyo Godfathers.
These
is
are
more
two
geared towards
directors that
adults,
I would
but,
recommend
yeah.
watching, if not most of their films. Also,
Yeah, well, Satoshi Kon, all of them.
yeah,
Shinkai,
I would say
you don't
more
need to watch
so
all of them, to be
Satoshi.
honest. Watch like 5 centimeters, Your Name, and Garden of Words,
yeah,
maybe. And like honestly, that's really you get the gist of it if you watch those from Shinkai. But yeah, Kon,
For sure.
watch them all.
I
Boom,
think
they're good.
now here's
Christmas
the real
spirit
question,
is
though.
upon us.
Okay, because this was Nick's idea. Which one is more of a quote unquote Christmas or holiday film? You think?
Tokyo Godfathers.
Tokyo Godfathers.
I don't know why. I asked
Yeah, that's
that.
easy because it has an uplifting message at the end. It's 5 centimeters is like kill yourself, but yeah, it doesn't actually tell you to do that. Don't do that because then you can't listen to our podcast, aka the only reason to
Okay, Nick,
exist.
shut the fuck up.
I'm just
Why
stalling
are you
for time.
stalling
right
for
now.
time?
I don't know.
We are at
the
a
lulls?
decent point, actually.
So yeah, we're at a 1 hour
we're at
mark.
a decent
give or take.
point. So yeah.
So yeah, let's just wrap this up. We got the contact info. Sam, take it away,
Or don't.
or don't.
We are on iTunes. Anime
He
Summit.
scrambles for the microphone.
See you later.
Oh shit.
YouTube.com
We
slash
we should
Cards
just-
in Hand.
We should just
Oh, wait,
we
Cards
should
in
just
Hand,
end
the
it
Anime Summit.
on that Sam being like, "We're on iTunes."
We're on
and just
iTunes.
end it. Dude, give us 5-star ratings.
Yeah, go on iTunes and
Thumbs
leave
up
a review.
YouTube.
And
Smash that
smash
like
the
button.
Smash the subscribe button.
I actually wrote that
And
down.
we're also on RSS feed, so if you got like
Tell your
Podcast
friends.
Addicts or whatever podcast app you have, boom, there you go. Search Anime Summit, and we're there in the hair, like Ric Flair.
What?
Woo!
Woo! Yep.
And also subscribe to Anime Summit Extra, which is our other YouTube channel.
I still need
And
because
follow
there
us
will
on
be
Twitter.
Lots of
Anime
Kerbal
Summit.
videos. I have quite a massive backlog that I need to upload, and it's huge. It's absolutely huge. Oh,
How many
man,
sausages
let
is
me
it?
tell you, it's about a truckload full of Polish sausage, high grade. All of that good heart attack causing goodness.
High
and It comes
grade.
with free government cheese, so you can eat your sausage and your cheese.
Oh,
while you're living in a
government
van
cheese.
down by the river, rooting for the Chicago Bear.
You know that government cheese is just like those square pieces of cheese you can buy now? That's just government cheese right there. That's literally what it is. Except they used to give it to you in like a big block because you could melt it easier.
Down by the river. True story.
True story. American cheese, aka government
So,
cheese.
on that bombshell, I have been Mac, and with me, I have had Nick, and I have had the Sam, and we have been the Anime Summit Podcast, yeah?
Buy Bitcoin now.
Don't listen to Nick.
Do it.
The Bitcoins
Do it.
are growing.
Do it.
Bacardi Cola, do it.
Do it.
Do it!